on, lavish husband.
Continue practicing their spirituality under the gaze of their masters. So,
yes, lavish husband.
So I don't understand what you're
referring to. So was this then lost? Okay, John, was this then lost? So how did we come from the slaves who didn't know English, didn't know anything, right? Was your own knowledge lost at some period of time, and now you guys are finding it again?
No. There's knowledge. It just what we did was, okay. Let's think about it like this. In Egypt, we reached our peak, right? And let's say we were going back to sleep. So what we did was we gave the knowledge to our children. Who's our children? White people. So once we went to sleep and lost our power, white people basically took the knowledge and kept it safe until it's time for us to get the knowledge back, which is what we're doing.
Ashe,
you go to sleep. Explain that to me. Why would they go
to sleep? We went through probably 2,000 years of slavery under the Muslims. We went through a couple hundred years of slavery under the French. We went through a couple hundred years of slavery with the Spanish. We went through a couple hundred years of slavery with Americans. So
under those time frames?
Ashe, go on, lavish husband.
Huh?
My question is, where were the deities? How is it that deities, some other culture could steal your power, make you go to sleep?
I can answer that.
I'm sorry, there's some interference. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear you. The deities were with us the entire time. The thing is like I said, and I don't know if you're glossing over, we were practicing it in the night. So during the day, we said, "Hey, Jesus," and at night, we were saying "Abatala." That's basically how we did it.
No. My question was before that. My question is before that. How did your deities even allow you to be captured and enslaved?
You said, how did the deities allow us to? I just said we were going to sleep. That's why
I'm confused. Why were you going to sleep?
It's a cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like cycle of life. Cycle.
I'm a Christian. I know nothing about.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's a cycle, and during the cycle of going to sleep is where we had nefarious things that came up, where the Romans, which is the Roman Catholic Church, came up with the whole thing of religion in the Council of Nicaea, right?
So your deities created a certain people. Is that what you're telling me?
No. See, this is what you're trying to say, that the deities, we are the deities, okay? We're just deities in skin, okay? That's one.
And
second, hold on.
You created Romans, right?
Hold on. In second, we have what you would say forces of nature that assist us. So when you say deities allowed us to get captured, it's essentially like, we're going back to sleep, which is a cycle that we were told that, hey, you're going to fall. In order for you to be broken down and be brought into a better people, all right? So you have to go through death, essentially. So spiritually, as Black people, we went through spiritual death.
My God never
in order to be
to
again,
my God
in order to be reborn.
There's no cycle in between. My
God, who is your God? Who is your God?
The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
What is his name?
God. You can call him Yahweh. You can call him El Shaddai.
His name is Yodolabroth, right? Named by the Gnostics. All right, the blind one. All right, the dumb one.
John.
All right. He's the one that was. Listen, I can explain to you. Sophia is the one that created your God. And again, I can explain to you. Sophia is, if you want to consider, Sophia is the source, which is kind of like, how we just read the divine energy, divine feminine, and all that stuff. Sophia was bored and wanted to create something apart from God. So she created a monstrous being, and she positioned that being here, which is the deaf, dumb, blind one, which is why he refers to himself as the Most High and no God above him, because he doesn't know any better.
Oh, okay. So this Sophia you're trying to tell me was the creator of my creator, who says he has no beginning and no end. There's no
equal. That doesn't
equal.
make any sense.
okay, to you, I'm sure.
You just said you don't believe in fairy tales.
Sophia, who does not have a blueprint,
ma'am,
who would create something that has no purpose.
You just said you don't believe in fairy tales, but you believe that someone created himself from nothing.
That's a big one. That's a big
one. You just said you don't believe in fairy tales, but you believe in a person that created himself from nothing.
You know what? He was here from the beginning. He'll be
here. But ma'am,
the
only people if you
there's no equal.
If you just use logic and look at every species, if you use logic and look at every species on the planet, the only being on this planet that can produce life is woman. So how did you create yourself from nothing if everything on this planet?
I didn't create myself. I didn't say that. I don't believe that.
No, you didn't hear my question. My question is, if you apply logic and look at every species on this planet, the only species on this planet that can create life is from the female standpoint. So how did a being create himself from nothing, and yet every species on this planet, in order to be born on this planet, you have to come through the womb?
No, not even. That's the thing. The Christian does not believe in the biological anything when it comes down to God. That's why we're saying it's supernatural. It's
not biological.
That is on this earth, that's earthbound. That's what I'm saying. If God himself created, meaning he breathed his own breath into man and made him a being with the spirit and his flesh, then that is a supernatural birth. You don't need a woman. You don't need anything, with a gender, period, because the creator does not have a gender per se. You understand? So back to what you're saying. If this Sophia was bored, okay, I'm sorry that she's bored, but if she's bored to the point to where she is creating something that is deaf, dumb, and blind, then what does that say about her?
She was bored.
Right.
Like what
cool.
was
you
what is that?
You a hobby? Like that limits your knowledge.
That's
Sophia.
That's not limiting. That's your perception of limiting.
Why would you be bored? Why would something that finite, that infinite, the source of wisdom, get bored? My God does not get bored. He doesn't just do things for fun, entertainment. He does things for purpose. That's the fallacy of your deity.
But you see how your pronouns are he. So if he has no sex, why do you refer to him as he?
If you feel better, we can say she. He has no gender.
Ma'am, it's not feel better. In your mind,
but you're making it a point, right?
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Sorry.
You're processing it in your mind as a man. You said he. I'm not the one that put the word.
That's how he refers
you said
to
he
him.
You reference to him as he constantly. So if you're saying he's genderless, then why would you refer to him as he?
Because I am a human. I cannot speak as a spirit does in this form. Now, if we were both in the spiritual realm, I'm pretty sure we would not have pronouns, genders, any of those things. If it, let's just say it, okay? If God, just refers to himself as God, okay, that works for me. I'm a human. I go by what a human can understand.
Yeah,
I don't know spiritual a lot about spirit, because I'm in a human form. I've always been in a human form. Now, when I become back into the spirit, I have a lot of knowledge, but I'm confined in this human form.
Yeah, but that's not that has nothing to do with referencing.
I mean, it kind of does, because that's why we're even referencing the he, she reference, because in my human mind, I can only process what I know, which is two genders. I only know two genders. Sorry, LGBT, whatever. I love y'all and all that good stuff, but I'm just saying, I believe there's only two genders.
All right. Yeah. That's your, but that shows your limited knowledge of energy and sexuality. But so my point is just that I don't know, back to what I was saying earlier, where I don't know what you're referring to as Old Testament, New Testament, because essentially the Bible itself is to be, it's one book. It's not that Christians cut out.
There's two different laws. That's what I was trying to explain.
I understand there's two different. I understand it's two different laws, but when you have a Bible that has a book that you're saying that, well, don't pay attention to the Old Testament, even though it's attached to the New Testament, That doesn't make any sense.
Hey, do you have a horse and buggy outside of your door? Does that take you to work when you have to go drive somewhere?
A horse and buggy. What is this reference?
Is that the old way of getting around traveling? Would you say that's old? We don't do that anymore. But don't we learn that in our own history, the things that we did, you know, in our history, they helped us to get to the cars that we drive today, right? So that's kind of what the Bible does. It teaches you of your past, present, and your future so that you understand how you got here and you understand your purpose. A person that does not understand their history is doomed to repeat it. So we don't want to